Hello, my beloved ones. Let me hope we are all doing well. We are all doing great and wonderful. So, today I'm going to be discussing about something that is owning land. Okay, entering this new year with a piece of land. Okay, so that is what we are going to be discussing in this video, and we owning that land in Uganda right now. Okay, so we are all looking for gifts to like reward our beloved ones. Okay, we are looking for gifts to give out to our beloved ones, and you're like, could I buy land? Could I buy that person a car? Could I buy this person maybe something else? So with land, at least when you buy land, you will know that you will have your beloved one settled, okay, in one place. So if you are to give out land as a gift, so you don't know where to start from. Okay, so this is a video that is going to try to explain to you. We are now left with, you may be watching this video and we are left with a year, we are left with just a week, we are left just with days. Okay, so this video is to guide you on how and where to buy land, okay, to be on the safe side in Uganda. Okay, so if you're someone abroad and you want to buy land, so endeavor to see that you watch this video from start to the end. So I'll be sharing some platforms that would help us easily, instead of looking for blockers here and there, how you would do it and why you should do that. Okay, so endeavor to see that you check it out and you do not miss. Okay, so endeavor to see that you subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out. So first of all, there are some requirements that you have to have, okay, before you buy land. So first of all, you should come up with an idea, then locate which place would you want to buy your land from. Maybe you would say, yes, I'm from this side of maybe Gayaza. I would buy from Gayaza. I would love to buy from Gayaza. I'm from this side of this area, so I would love to buy from this side. So with that, first of all, you, after coming up with that, then you research about like the place that you want to buy, you research about the costs of land in that area. So with coming of apps like Gigi here in Uganda, it has tried to simplify it, whereby you can go there, or what you have to do is watch TV stations, different TV stations, whereby you could buy, like watch different TV stations, whereby you could find some real estate companies advertising, okay, for land, or even call friends. But at times, friends can connive with what? With the people you are going to buy from, or with the people. If you do not have well and trusted friends, okay, you have to keep that in mind, that as you do the due diligence to look for that land, you could trust friends, you could not also trust friends. So first, weigh your friends' abilities. So if you would want to buy huge chunks of land, so that notices people that you have some good money, so they may kidnap you, they may do anything to you to see that they extort that money from you. So if it is safe for you, if you do not like trust your friends very well, then it is better to go to the real estate agent. So with apps like Gigi, we are going to be using this one. So you can go, note that every person that is selling here is genuine, so you have to keep that at the back of your mind, so you could make due diligence to follow up. I'm going to be sharing all the different ideas that you have to follow as you buy, okay, before you pay in your money. Okay, so the first things first, so we would look for land. So you have to first make sure that you sign in if you're not signed in. Okay, so you have to first make sure that you sign in, because let me say, if I happen to be looking for land, maybe if I say land sell, so land for sale on Gigi. So are you seeing that? So if I see, I click, I've typed in land for sale Gigi. Okay, that is Gigi Uganda land for sale. So there, by the time you may be watching this video, you may find that there are some like more apps that have been developed. So this is like an example. How would you find some land out there that is basically for sale? If you have not gone to what, to maybe real estate companies, so you may find individuals here selling their own land. You could also find real estate companies also, because it is a free platform whereby you sign up and put what you are basically selling. So you may be wanting land from maybe Kampala, and that is what you want to buy as your Christmas gift. Okay, and that is what you want to buy as your Christmas gift. So what you would do is to come here, okay, and get this, okay, land and plots in for sale in Kampala. So you could right click and open in a new window. Then you could also click on land and plots for sale in Uganda. So this is our main subject. Then you could also search into Google real estate what companies in Uganda. So you could do that and find out there are a lot of them. Okay, there are a lot of them, but you have to like be able to tell. Okay, you have to first be able to ask a lot of questions that you may be in need of. So you can click here and find their calls. Okay, I'm going to be showing you like this one. So you visit their website and happen to see. So you can do this on your phone. You can also you can do this on your phone, and you can also do it on your what? On your computer. So it is all about what you can access at that time. As you see here, apartments for sale in Muyenga, luxurious 3-bedroom apartments for sale in Buziga. So if I click in it, in Bugolobi, not Buziga. So I believe there are a number of like as I showed you how to find out what is on sale. So if we go to Gigi, at least we have those that are a little bit cheaper and those that are a little bit. So you can, with these days, you can even get land with 250,000 Ugandan shillings. Okay, so let us try to look out for land like this one here. So the moment like you find it, what you have to do is you click, maybe right click and open in a new tab. So since I already signed in, so you have to first sign up with the app. As you see here, outright price, that is 8 million point 8 million 8 millions and 900,000. So that is 50 by 100. So let us try to read about the land, residential land. Okay, residential, strategically located plot for residential, that is 50 by 100 feet. Then rain, water drainage, electric supply. So where is it located? So we have this one, didn't put the location. So besides that, we could, that is how we go on looking for the what? For the piece of land that we want. So this one is vague. He didn't put the location. Okay, it's just saying strategically located. Okay, so we look for another piece. Now this is like a company, as you see, Wazalendo Investments, land for sale. So okay, estates with good network. So are you seeing plots of land? Let us see. So if we right click and open up, so he may also be doing the same thing of not putting, that is Matuga and Mabanga property features. So this one is already telling you that the plots are in Matuga. So that is where you would go and buy some of them. What is he saying about the prices? Let us see here. That is the first image. The second image, it says electricity, water, ready, title. So these ones also have a title. Then from there, what you do is you just click on the contacts. So like 07, that is the contact. So I'm not saying that these are the most genuine people all over the country, but I'm just like trying to show you how you would go about with Gigi, and then you find the right people, or you would go about with any app at the time of at the time of watching this video. Then we continue with I first show you how to find out. So we started with first coming out with the location we want. Then you also look for the plots that are being sold. So we could also go back and try to look at the what besides the plots location, we also look at the prices, because we would want to have land. Maybe we are just starting up, we are not looking for something totally big. We want to have something that is basically small, not so under 5, that is under minimum would be 250. Can we put the 250,000? Okay, so let us see if they happen to have any under this. I wouldn't want farmland, residential land. So let me say, if I want residential land less than this, as you see, there is this one good plot, that is 3M. Then I'm going to be telling you what factors do you have to consider before paying in your money, because you have to be wise, okay? Because like, for example, land titles are not given to land that is below 50 by 100 feet. So if you don't know that and you end up buying land expecting to get a land title, then it means you don't know what you're basically buying. That is with the Uganda land board, okay? You should be knowing that. So there is this one that is 3 million, that is 50. So there are a lot, okay? So you just click in the plot, then you click. After clicking in the plot, then you go and click on show contact. So the moment you click on show contact, the contact appears and you can call that person. So with that, at least we've happened to understand how would you like look out for land. Remember the other thing I told you, you can even also put into Google real estate companies in Uganda. Then after putting that, you go on, like, let me first close this. So you can go on and just click open in new tab. Besides the website, you can also click on this one, open in a new tab. So yeah, like trying to look for the company that would do it for you. Are you seeing? So they have their contacts here, but before you could go for their contacts, you try to look out, okay? First try to look at what they have to offer. All properties for rent, properties for sale. So you would also go to properties for sale and happen to see what do they have to offer. So are you seeing? All of these are basically able to offer. Now your budget, okay, goes for what you would need. So thereby, you see, they are over right now $1 is equivalent to 3,800. So let me write it here. So $1, so with the rate of $1 equaling to 3,800 Uganda shillings. Okay, so meaning that now if we are to like convert this, okay, to convert this, so it means that we are, okay, that is the rate at which we are. So when you are looking at this, you can try to convert it, okay, to convert it and get to know the different prices. So at least we now know how we would look out for land. So you may be saying, how could I do it? Now this is selling, they are selling land within Kauku, Bwerenga, Lakeview. So Masaka Road is also coming soon. So this is Royally Property Consultants. So the number of property consultants, are you seeing what they are saying? It is 26M when you're buying a plot in what? In Busukuma Estate. Then they have Nakwero Farm Estate. Then they have also in Mukono Chungu sold out. So these ones are basically completed. Okay, so endeavor to see that you try, because like when you go to contact us, at least you can find them here. Okay, so besides that, now we've happened to understand how we would look out for plots. So after we understanding how we would look out for plots, we know our budget that we have. So the next thing is what should be considered, okay, when we are basically looking out for land. Let me put land. So okay, so what could be considered, or what should you have in your mind, okay, when you're deciding on what to do, what to buy? Okay, let me say we are buying land. Okay, so first of all, let us talk about how we could acquire land in Uganda. So as a Ugandan person, most of the times we can acquire land through buying. That is one. Then the second option, when maybe we are given by our family members, maybe you like inherit that land. Besides that, when maybe you grow up and you're given that land, maybe your dad gives you a part, your mom gives you a part, or any relative decides to give you a part. So those are like the two ways so far that we can acquire acquire land. Okay, then why would you consider buying land? Because I would urge you to buy land, because most of the times land, okay, so land value grows every day. So even if you just buy land today and you happen to need to sell it, okay, after today, it is of higher chances that by the time you are selling it, already its prices may have done what? May have increased. Okay, so I would advise you to like buy land. Okay, so what would determine the prices of land before we talk about the different types of land that we happen to have in Uganda? So what would define the price of land is where you're buying that land. Okay, so land in Kampala differs from any land in Uganda, okay, because Kampala is the capital city. And besides that, in which areas of Kampala are you buying that land also determines. So are you buying it in Kampala, the central part of Kampala, or are you buying it in the commercial places? Like, are you buying that land in Nakasero? Are you buying that would cost you even billions? Are you buying that land in maybe on market streets? Are you buying that land in Owino? Those like markets, okay? So it is like, what area are you buying that land in? So then from that, we also have who are you buying that land from? Because you may be buying it from someone who is desperate, or may not be desperate to sell his land, but you're like please let me buy that land. Then you may be buying that land from someone who has knowledge of what is selling and the worthiness of what is selling. So that is why I say it also depends on who are you buying that land from and what is in that land. So I also like put that into consideration, because me, yes, I may be buying a land in Kampala, but there is no any structure in it. So that is also different from buying land, okay, in Kampala that has already certain structures and what is the worthiness of those structures, because there is no anyone who would sell you land that has buildings in it and does not calculate the value of those buildings in that land. That is impossible. So that is why I like also say you should also consider, okay, you should also consider like what is in that what is in that land that you are basically buying would also determine, okay, so would also determine, sorry, so it would also determine the price that you have to pay, okay. So then the other thing that I would have to discuss about the forms of buying land here in Uganda. When you're basically looking at buying land, there is certain forms that you have to put into consideration, okay. The forms that we use when buying land is, first of all, you may buy land that is through agreement, okay. Those are the bibanja people, like people without land titles. So it is, those are people seated on land of the church or that land of the Kawaka, some of them, and those that are seated on land that has its owners but they have no titles, okay. So that is, if you are buying land, you consider, okay. So most of the times land with titles, that is the most valuable land. So it is a little bit expensive because, and because that is land I would also advise you to buy, because it eliminates a lot of arguments, a lot of quarrels, because once you buy it and then you transfer the land title to like your names, then that becomes your land for now and then, okay. So you have the right to do everything that you want on your land without any say, okay. So besides that, there is also land with agreements. Okay, so those are the two forms we can acquire land, through agreements and through land titles. So you may find someone selling land with just agreements, and you also find someone selling land with land titles. Then before that, before we happen to continue, so endeavor to say that you subscribe to my channel. I subscribe to my channel, that is Munya Scripts Lifestyle. So I'm making this video to see that we can enter a new year with plots of land, houses, and besides all of that, it would be better you living the renting lifestyle to you having your new home, okay, to you having your new home in the next year, in this year that is starting. So endeavor to see that you follow along this video as I explain everything that you need. Just know that you can now own land, okay. You can now own land as low as 250,000, okay. So with many land people, land agents, land properties companies that can sell you land. So I just googled real estate companies in Uganda. All of these are wonderful companies that you could go to, okay. I'm not saying that they are basically totally genuine, but with what I'm going to be giving you in this video, so it is what you should look for before you pay in your money, okay, as when you're buying land. Remember, I told you that you can buy land from real estate companies or real estate agents, or self individuals if they are selling their land. So you can approach them, come into a negotiation, come into like every aspect resolved, then you buy their land. So there are a number of types of land in Uganda, and the first part is Milo land. We have Milo land, we have the freehold land title, then we have the leasehold land title, then the customary land. So these are all types of land ownerships in Uganda. So you should be able to like understand them, so that if you happen to understand them, then this will help you. But for me, my recommendation would be you would go for the private, okay, for the private Milo land, because Milo land is divided into some different parts, okay, that I'm going to be discussing in this video for you to understand, because I know many people are fearing to buy land in the central part of Uganda because they are confused with these land types, okay. But it is the safest part to buy inland, because once you buy your land, you just know that it is done for now and then. So that is it that I have to say, okay. So besides that, after understanding that, let me see, I want to keep it short. So after understanding that, I'm going to be discussing the other part, that the things that you have to like put into consideration, okay. Yes, with the private Milo land that I'm referring to, that you would go for, since it is like it is like after buying that land, it is yours for now and forever. You do anything with it, so no one comes and tells you please do this on your land, because it is your land, okay. So you have the right to do anything with it. So first of all, what I would say about that land, so it has a land title, then two, it is expensive, okay, it is expensive. So where you find that the other pieces of land may be a half, okay, the price of this private Milo land, okay. So besides that, now let us try to discuss. So to discuss this a little bit more, I happen to land on an article, so I'll be continuing to explain it more in my own words and what you have to do. But let us first try to understand these land types, because you may, yes, I advise you to buy private Milo land, but for those of you that have less than like 3M 6M, so you may find yourself living that you are not able to purchase private Milo land that is near the capital cities, because it is a little bit high in prices. So what you would go for is maybe Kabaka's land, maybe, and the other types of lands, okay. Now let us try to understand those other kinds of lands. So I landed on this article that is from New Vision, one of the trusted media companies here in Uganda. So let us try to understanding Kabaka's land and private Milo land. So this is the private Milo land that I'm trying to talk about, that I would advise you to buy. So if you have no money, that is a little bit high, okay, like 3M plus, so you would go for Kabaka's land, because you find that this is the land most real estate companies are now giving out at lower prices, as prices like 250,000. So 250,000 is around less than $100. At least you can own your own land in Uganda. So that is all possible on Kabaka's land. It isn't possible on private land to buy or own land as low as 250,000. So let us try to look at understanding the differences between these. Okay, so so the title is Understanding Kabaka's Land and Private Milo. So let us first read this and understand it. I would use this for you to at least try to understand it better. Then I will go and try to explain it a little bit more. What you need to know, okay? So is the land you are selling Kabaka's land or Kabaka's land or Milo? Okay, so this is one of the most common questions asked by many potential buyers, okay, before entering a land transaction. Thus it has been deduced by most Ugandans, especially in central Uganda, that land is either Kabaka's land or Milo. How true is this? Buying land does not have to be hard, especially if you have money. All you need is to know the type of land you are buying and the person from whom you are buying it. Okay, so I think we are together. Okay, so then the other thing I would say is the land you are selling Kabaka's land or Milo land. This is one of the most questions asked by many potential buyer before entering in a land transaction. Thus, it has been deduced by most Ugandans, especially in central Uganda, that land is either Kabaka's land or Milo land. How true is this? Kabaka's land. So we are trying to understand now Kabaka's land, what Kabaka's land is. Because remember, you told you that as low as now 250,000, you can acquire land, build your own house, and sleep. Okay, then looking at that, paying off rent every month. So Peter Walubuli, a lawyer, okay, says Kabaka's land, that is the Bibanja, is a phrase that is not rooted in the law, but was probably coined because the land referred to belongs to the office of the Kabaka of Buganda. Okay, so Buganda is one of the great kingdoms in Uganda. Okay, so if you don't know about it, they also have a king. Then he explains that Kabaka's land is also Milo land. The difference being that his is official mile, okay, that is land for the Kabaka, his official mile, that is what we call Kabaka's land. He owns it by virtue of his office. During the 1900 Buganda agreement, all land in Buganda was divided into two. That is the crown land, which was under the control of the colonial government, and Milo land. Okay, crown land, as it is said here, it is well explained. I remember we studied this in our primary section and also in secondary as we are doing history. So he explains that Kabaka's land is also Milo land, and the difference being that his official mile, okay, he owns it by virtue of office. During the 1900 Uganda agreement, all land in Uganda was divided into two: crown land, which was under the control of the colonial government, and Milo land. Okay, this Milo land was also divided into two. Okay, first of all, we see that land was divided into two. That is the crown land and the Milo land. But also Milo land was divided into two. There was land that was given to the office holders, and the other given to the private individuals. The beneficiaries by virtue of their offices included the Kabaka, who was given 350 square miles, and the Saza chiefs, who got either square miles, among others, he explains. This land was not yours as an individual, so it would be transferred to the next office, okay, holder. It was meant to cater for the office bearer, so the 350 square miles that was given to the Kabaka is the land that is today popularly referred to as Kabaka's land. Therefore, Kabaka's land is also my land, except except that it is official mile, or it is official mile. So as you see that it was like self-explanatory, whereby we said at first that land was divided into the crown land and the mile land. So crown land was a phrase just formulated to say that that is the government what? Land. So we assume that is the government land. Then the other land, that is mile, was divided into that was given to the chiefs, that was given to the virtual due to the officers, and that was given to the private owners. That is the private mile land to individuals, and that was their land. So they were free to sell it out, okay? But this that was given to the chiefs, to the Kabaka, that was given due to the virtue of their offices. So the person in that office does not have any entitlement to that land. So if he leaves office, he leaves that land, okay? And that land is now going to be owned by the person now who is now in office. Let me hope we have understood that. So the 350 square miles is the land that currently managed by the Buganda Land Board. This land is predominantly found in suburbs such as Nansana, Munyonyo, Buziga, Konge, Kigo, Maganjo, Kagoma, Ganda, among others. He notices that the land was called Mailo because it was divided in miles, which in Luganda is Mailo. So Mile land. Dennis Bugaya, a legal officer at Buganda Land Board. So are you saying so? As you buy land, most of the times also lawyers are needed to be like also done what? Involved. So I showed you where you could and how you could acquire land. How you could search for plots for farmland that you're basically looking for. Okay? At the start of the video. Now we are trying to understand. Okay? So watch this video till the end. I gathered information that you basically need, and if you don't understand, you may try to consult me and I would give you some guidance. So Dennis Bugaya, a legal officer at Buganda Land Board, says that private mile plot is the land which was parceled out to individuals in the sense that it was their personal property. So now this is the private land I'm talking about, that is the land that we can buy. So you buy it, you own a land title on it, okay? And once you own it, it is yours for now and forever, unless you also sell it out to another person. And once you sell it, the titles and the title names are transferred, okay, to the names of that new buyer, okay? So people such as Kabaka Daudi Chwa, his mother, the Mohammedan prince who was Mbogo, and the mother of Mwanga were given land as individuals. They could deal with this land as they deemed fit. They could transfer it, or if one got a financial problem or any other, they could sell it. Okay? It is through this selling that you would find, say, a Muchibi who is not a royal owning land that once belonged to the latter. Okay? The land that is owned by real estate companies was acquired through such transactions. Bugaya offers. Okay? So that is what you have to understand. So that as it was self-explanatory as I've read it, okay, that the private mile was given to individuals and those individuals were mentioned. So it is those individuals that went on selling in case of problems that they have landed into, then even those went on selling like that. So the difference between the two, the legal officer says the selling the silent difference between Kabaka's land and the private mile. Note this, Kabaka's land and the private mile is that a buyer is only given a leasehold title for Kabaka's land, while for private mile, one can get either a leasehold title or an outright transfer. So meaning that with Kabaka's land, you can't own it as a private individual. You get it? So you're given a lease. So remember, I started with telling you that nowadays someone can acquire land as low as 250 what? 250,000. And we said that is less than $100. So you could acquire land. Okay, but what do you have to first understand before acquiring that land? So what land are you acquiring? Is it Kabaka's land or is it private mile? For Kabaka's land, even those companies or those real estates that are selling it are like selling it at totally a low price as that of 250 Ugandan shillings. If we convert that to dollars, that is less than $100. So you can acquire a plot of land in a certain area. Okay, so after you knowing which land you are acquiring, so if you are acquiring a Kabaka's land, just know that real estate company just got a lease. So be able to research about that lease. Don't just buy. Okay, so because if you don't buy it, you'll think that you have bought land, then after a few minutes you will see people coming or maybe selling that land after that lease to someone else. Then so you get stranded because you bought what you didn't understand. Okay, so that is why I say the most thing that I would advise you to do, or that to like the land that I would advise you to go for, would be the private mile land, because once you buy it, you own it there and then for good. It is yours. Okay, so as we were here trying to discuss that, the legal office says the silent difference between Kabaka's land and the private mile is that a buyer is only given a leasehold title for the Kabaka's land, while for private mile, one can get either a leasehold title or an outright transfer. So once you buy the private mile, if you don't want lease from that owner, so you buy that owner for good and you transfer from his names. So you transfer your land title from his names to your names, and that, and full stop, it becomes your what? Your land. Okay, then one cannot buy and own Kabaka's land. That is what I was talking about. The reason why we give leases on this land is because if one is allowed to buy and own this land, it means that the next generation of the Kabakas will have nothing. It has been many years since land in Uganda was parceled out, but that given to the office of the Kabaka is still intact. It is still the 350 square miles because of the lease insurance policy. The maximum number of years for the lease is 49 years, he states. Okay, the other difference is that one has to pay. Okay, understand this properly. So one has to pay premium and annual ground rent for Kabaka's land, while for the private mile, one only pays for premium. Okay, and he owns that land. Abe Ntambi, the communications officer of Uganda Land Board, says premium is 10% of the capital value of the land, while the ground rent is 1% of the premium. Okay, now let us go into detail to try to understand it. If a plot, say in Buziga, costs 40 millions. That is its capital value. Okay, that is ezozegula. That is how it is bought. The premium is 10%. Okay, per 10%, which translates into 4 million, while the ground rent is 1% of the 4 million, which is 400. Okay, in other words, for the plot in Buziga, one pays premium once and an annual ground rent over the 49 years. Okay, renewal of Kabaka's land title. So it means that you have to be paying every year, as that is what they call busuru in our local language, because you are on Kabaka's what? On Kabaka's land. Okay, so however, the legal officer replied to the worry about the lease extension. In the law, when the lease expires, the land returns to the Kabaka's ownership. Okay, so you have to first research before you buy. Yes, you are happy, you are seeing land that is around 250,000, but you have to research, when is the lease getting expired? So did this person acquire that lease in a proper way? So do due diligence. Okay, get to the site and see how does that land look like. Okay, so he determines whether to extend or not to, but it is the policy of the Buganda Land Board, or the BLB, okay, that once a lease expires, we renew it and give it to the citing tenant. Okay, he adds, this is a hybrid institution. It is commercial, cultural, and political. Failure to extend the lease tarnishes the name of the Kabaka, okay, our king. You will also have frustrated someone's developments on the land. The only circumstances under which we can hesitate to renew a lease is when the sitting tenant got the lease fraudulently. Okay, meaning that is the only failure. If this person who got to sell you that land did not get that land awfully, like in a right way. So when it is time for extending the lease, we first resolve what matter about ground rent being dear. Okay, Ntambi says it is a question of calculation. It is important to note that Kabaka's land is cheaper compared to the private mile. That is it. That is why I was telling you that if you have less than 300, now you can own land, and that is on Kabaka's land. But you could not get private mile land. A plot of 500 by 100 feet at 200. Sorry, at 200,000. So that is not real, and it isn't possible. So where a plot of private mile costs 400 millions, the same plot of Kabaka's land can cost 200 millions. When you add annual ground rent for 49 years to the 200 millions, what you get is still less than the 400 millions. So merits of Kabaka's land. So we are going to be looking at the merits of Kabaka's land. Let me first see the longness. Yes, we still have time. So the merits of Kabaka's land. Ntambi says that the land does not have many wrangles like is the case with private mile. The landlord of the land is common knowledge. Okay, it is the Kabaka. Okay, whereas for private mile, the landlord may be an absentee. Okay, which creates a gap for frauders to exploit. It is not the case with Kabaka's land. Besides, the land is managed on behalf by Buganda Land Board. So you keep that in your mind, that with the Kabaka's land it is a little bit safer, okay, that you know which people to deal with. And even right now, once you get to the morning, maybe a real estate is selling out land, giving like that example I've showed you of the 250,000, where that is less than $100 that you could acquire a plot of land. So visit the Buganda Land Board, inquire about that land, or visit the district land ministry for where that land that you want to buy is located, and inquire about that land. Okay, so they will brief you, and you happen to know when is that land, the lease getting done, when is what, all of that stuff. So in case of any doubt, there is a known office to run to. Okay, he concludes. The analysis above settles the debate that there could be a tenant system called Kabaka's land. The unsettled debate is the one about which of the two is recommended. It is a matter of an individual choice. For me, I would say it is a matter of an individual choice, and it is a matter of your wallet and what you need that land for. Because you may need land for a farm, and you're basically having little money to open up something bigger as you want it. Okay, so it would be better for you to go for the Kabaka's land. But if you have the money and you have the capability and you want to do that something of buying land once and for all, then it means you have to go for the private mile land. So the other land, so let us try to look at the other land, which is the crown land. So let me see. So with the other land, that is the crown land, okay, this is the land which was controlled by the colonial administration after the 1900 Buganda Agreement Land Division. It is the renowned 9,000 square miles or mile akenda in Uganda. This land was to be put under the kingdom's control upon the attainment of independence by the country. Indeed, that is what happened in 1962. The colonialists had preserved it for the Buganda in independent Uganda. However, when kingdoms were abolished in 1966, consequently, the 1967 constitution was to the effect that this land be transferred to Uganda Land Commission. Later, the 1995 Constitution and the 1998 Land Act transferred it to the district land boards. Okay, that is why I advise you to go and visit the district land board. So whenever you're like doing out inquiries, so at least now we have what we have tried to understand, the land, okay, the land issues. Okay, so now we know what private mile land is, and we now also know what Kabaka's land is. Okay, so when we are buying land, so we know what we should ask for. Okay, and besides that, asking for what we should ask about. Now after that, I want to remind you that I'm doing this because I believe that there are some of you who would want to enter your new year with a plot of land. You would want to enter your new year in your new house. Okay, so we still have time. We still have time. By the time you're watching this video, you can buy any land that is of your choice that you would want to look for. Okay, so I made these papers so to like guide you, okay, guide you better. So we've covered this. Then so now there are some things that you would put into consideration, okay, as you're looking for that land that you have to like buy, okay. So what you have to do first is visit the site that is under sale, okay. Some of you just send their people, so endeavor to see that you visit, okay, you visit the land that is under sale. Or even if you're abroad, as you, before you send money, send friends, okay. So let me give you this: send a friend. There is, at least everyone has a brother or a friend that you really trust. Send a friend to go watch it. Then besides him going there to watch it, he may also, like, after being toured around by the person selling it, he should even get bothered to go back again. If it is you, you have to do it. If it is that friend that you are saying he has to do it, go back again and try to ask the village people around you, okay, around that land that is being sold. Try to like question them: is this land, ask about that land, doesn't it have any wrangles, why are they selling it, okay, you get. So you happen to get to know, because there are some people that may connive around and may be selling their brother's land or sister's land that is maybe abroad. And once you buy it, then that is when you realize after some time that it wasn't their what land, and they have nothing like money to pay back your money, so you would have lost. So that is it. That is what you should also put into consideration. Then the other thing is make a land search. Make a land search. This is also straight, okay, and you should do it, okay. So make a land search. Make a land search at the Ministry of Lands, at the district where your land is located. So you want to buy that land, whether it is in the estate, whether it is where it is, because even these estates, someone may form something and you land in it. So you have to go search, okay, to the land Ministry of Lands and search about the land that you are wanting to buy, okay, and find out all the information about it, okay. So you may find that this person is not willing to give you the land title, but you could ask for the block number, and I will be sharing the information that you have to ask for. So how to do the search, okay, at the ministry. So that is what I'm going to be sharing next. So remember to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on any ideas that we happen to share as creative people. So endeavor to see that you subscribe so that you do not miss out. And do me a favor, share this video for more people to see it, and I will continue doing research and giving you more information that you may be in need of. So how to do that research, okay, about the land, and to avoid being um, um, taken advantage of. So these people may not be willing to give you their land title for personal reasons, because you may also steal it before you pay. And what you should ask for is a plot number and the block number and the names in which the land title is registered. Once you get it, then run and do what? Run and go to the ministries and do a search, okay? So the charges may be around 50,000 or 100 Ugandan shillings, depending on the time that you have gone there, because also different land ministries at district levels charge differently for these services. So you go there, make an inquiry, and they will provide you with information about the land, okay. They will give you all the details, whether whether the land has a caveat, in which names was it transferred to, who, what time, and who owns the land, okay. So you will be having all that information. Then after that, after the search, go back to the owner and compare if they match, okay. So if the information that you were told by the owner matches with the information, okay, that you got from the ministry, of lands at the district where that land is located. So if they don't match at any part, so what you have to just do is to run for your life, because if you buy that land, then you'll suffer the consequences. Then after showing you the land, the broker, so this is what I was talking about. So after you seeing the land that is under sale, with the broker, he moves you around, or the agent, what. So you have to go, like after them have gone, you have also gone back home, dedicated day or any time, and come back. Then you try to inspect around the village. So what do the village people have to say? What does the chairman have to say about the land? Then you happen to know, is this person selling the land the real owner, like that. Then the other thing I would say is, do not pay for the land till you have surveyed it, okay, till you have a title and note. Okay, so you gather information about the land. You also call surveys to measure, because someone may be telling you that is selling you a plot of 50 by 100 feet. Then you find out that it is not making that, and the government does not issue out land titles for plots less than those. So then the work of the surveyor, because it is proper to first call the surveyor, is to measure and tell you, okay, whether what is on the title is the same as what is on the ground, to confirm the shape of the land, to confirm where the land is. Okay, a pro surveyor could cost you around 200,000 to 1M, depending on the size of the land that is to be surveyed. On the day of buying land, if you can afford having a lawyer, a chairman, a spouse, and some other trusted friends or people, please endeavor to do it. Okay, so endeavor to do it, to avoid wrangles in case they happen to come in or anywhere. So on the day of the buying of land, if you can afford having a lawyer, then yes, that we've looked at that. So why would we need a lawyer to be there? This lawyer is to advise us on the legal aspects, what to do and what not to do. For example, land that is owned by more than more than one person. So all those people have to be around as you are buying that land off, or as you are paying your land off. Then do not let any one person sign if the owners are more than 3. So let them all sign. Should come with national IDs to confirm their identity. Then make of the day of payment so make sure that the day of payment you are given the actual and the real, not the duplicate, but the real document for your, that is the land title for your land that you have just bought. Then copy of their identity cards, 2 passport photos, and that is it. Then immediately you pay for this land, make sure that you transfer the names to your names, okay? Because if you don't do that, this person may claim this land and double sell it, okay? So endeavor to say that you subscribe to my channel, you become part of this channel, so that you do not miss out on any of the videos that I happen to put across. Thank you for watching. Okay, so thank you for watching. I would love to say this is Munye Scripts from Munye Scripts Lifestyle and Gaba Films Production. I'm a creative person, I'm a musician, a videographer, and a person passionate about seeing lives change, lives of people change. So that is why I created this platform, for me to share with my creative people and those fellow individuals that usually take their time to watch me and watch my content. So I would love us to improve every day, okay? To improve every day. Okay, so help me share this video to more people, because it is something valuable. Okay, so this is my channel. So look for Munye Scripts Lifestyle and
Did you know that in Africa, over 90% of the creative people in the art and
so help me sign up, and this would help me grow. Okay, not signing up but subscribing. Help me subscribe to my channel, and this would help us grow as creative people and content creators. Okay, so I'll be grateful, and it would also inspire me to make more videos like these ones and educate you about something. Recaps of what we said. Remember that you can just type into Google real estate companies in Uganda, then look for any estate, but putting into consideration what I just taught in this video. So you could also come to Gigi and do the same thing. You look for prices, you can set, okay, the prices in which you want to range in, and buy that wonderful land for your farming, for your like businesses and some other stuff for your home. Okay, so please subscribe, and we'll keep on sharing more content like this and more than this. So thank you for watching. I'm grateful. Thanks for your time. Let me hope I've added some value. So this is the Christmas gift that you could give or buy to your loved one or your partner, or even buy it to yourself to like survive rent by next year, to forget about paying rent. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and leave a comment. So if you want any advice, or you could use my WhatsApp numbers just below this video. Thank you for watching.